Welcome to Signal to Alpha, your essential morning market briefing. I'm Lady Muriel, cutting through the noise to deliver what moves markets today. Let's get you your alpha before the opening bell. Markets are painting an interesting picture this morning. Bitcoin is trading at $92,966, down from recent highs. Stock futures are declining sharply as gold hits all-time highs, all driven by Trump's weekend announcement of 10% tariffs on 8 European nations, unless Denmark agrees to sell Greenland. We've got major corporate rotation happening as big tech loses favor. Civil unrest in Minneapolis, challenging federal immigration enforcement, and international tensions escalating from Iran to Venezuela. Let's start with what's happening in markets. The S&P 500 just hit record highs, but big tech stocks are experiencing their longest monthly losing streak since 2023. Investors are executing a significant rotation, pulling capital out of concentrated tech positions and spreading it across other sectors. This diversification is strengthening market breadth, which is healthier than narrow leadership. Software stocks have been hit particularly hard on fears that AI will replace existing solutions. But analysts see this sell-off as creating contrarian opportunities in high-growth names now trading at bargain prices. Now to geopolitics rattling markets this morning. Trump announced over the weekend that he's imposing 10% tariffs on Denmark, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, the UK, the Netherlands, and Finland, effective February 1st, escalating to 25% by June 1st, unless Greenland is sold to the United States. European leaders from 8 NATO countries issued a joint statement warning these tariffs risk a dangerous downward spiral. Thousands of protesters in Greenland demonstrated Saturday with signs reading, "Make America Go Away." French President Macron called the tariffs unacceptable and pledged Europe would respond in a united manner. Kyle Rada from Capital.com notes that Trump's actions have inflamed geopolitical risks while reintroducing trade uncertainty. Gold's surge to record highs reflects investor flight to safety. Domestically, Minneapolis is becoming a flashpoint. The Department of Homeland Security is continuing Operation Metro Surge despite violent protests and opposition from Governor Tim Walz and Mayor Jacob Frey. ICE has arrested thousands, but tensions exploded after an ICE agent fatally shot 37-year-old Renee Good on January 7th. Trump threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act if what he calls professional agitators continue attacking federal agents. A federal judge ruled Friday that agents cannot deploy tear gas against peaceful protesters. Federal prosecutors are investigating both Walz and Frey for allegedly impeding law enforcement. Internationally, Iran's supreme leader Khamenei publicly acknowledged for the first time that thousands were killed during protests that began in late December. The US-based human rights activists news agency estimates over 3,000 deaths in roughly 3 weeks. Trump escalated rhetoric, calling Khamenei a sick man and saying it's time to look for new leadership in Iran. He's considering very strong options, including possible military involvement. Meanwhile, Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson is positioning his city as a sanctuary from socialism, describing an avalanche of interest from New York financial firms seeking to relocate. He attributes Dallas's attractiveness to its pro-business environment and fiscal conservatism, contrasting it with what he characterizes as NYC's progressive policies driving businesses away. That's your signal to alpha for today. Subscribe for tomorrow's essential market briefing. Trade smart, stay informed, see you at the opening bell.